Yo, what's going on, producers? Welcome to the iconic course. I'm about to dive in detail how I create my beats from scratch.
Iconic.
All right, so normally when I come into the studio, I don't always have an idea. I'm not always inspired. I'm not always, sharp and can come up with things from scratch like that. So 9 times out of 10, when I am inspired, I'm inspired from a song that I've heard on, Apple Music. And it's probably from a different genre. 9 times out of 10, it's not normally through reggaeton or the stuff that I always make. It's usually through a genre that I don't listen to. So that also really helps a lot. And when I am inspired, it's normally not from the drums. Sometimes it is, but it's more so about like the melodies is what makes me inspired to want to go and create something similar or create something with my own vibe that's kind of like that. And with that, this beat in particular was inspired from Central C's song Gata with Young Miko. I kind of tried to create a similar style, not the exact same, but I wanted to create this Afro Brazilian funk type of vibe. And that's kind of like what got me going and started bringing in my inspiration. So yeah, like I went into this project knowing, okay, I want to use a guitar. I want to use a certain type of chord progression, a Latin, Spanish chord progression that's going to kind of feel like a drill, but also could be carried over through Brazilian funk or like an Afro type of like vibe. So I was like, okay, cool. So I came up with the chord progression, and I was just messing around with the guitar. I was just with my knowledge that I have with the guitar and a little bit of theory knowledge that I have, I created an idea and I kind of gave it more of like almost like a bossa nova kind of feel, but also super like easy to recognize. So with that, created the chord progression, C minor to F minor to G major, back down to C minor. And I'll show you guys what that looks like here in FL Studio. C minor, F minor, G major, C minor, and then I inverted these. And don't worry guys, if you don't play guitar, you can still come up with the same pattern that I came up with. Just go into your keyboard, go into this tool up here where this piano icon is at, select C, and then go to minor natural, or actually minor harmonic. And I'll explain why it's a harmonic scale and not an Aeolian natural scale. And you can kind of just mess around with the rhythm. Come up with something like this. There's a bunch of different ways you can play it. You can copy these same exact chords and kind of build something around it yourself. Some of you guys might be thinking, okay, he said Aeolian and then he said harmonic minor. Like, what's the difference? So when you learn scales, each scale has a range of chords that strike a specific feeling to create that particular scale. So minor natural is usually like emotional, sad, dark at the same time. Minor harmonic is also really dark, but that minor harmonic scale is how you get that Central C drill scale. So like I'm using basically a 1-4-5-1 progression. If like we're going off of like, scale codes or whatever. So the 5 chord in this case, if you go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is G minor in minor Aeolian, in the natural Aeolian scale. That's G minor. However, the 5 chord in the harmonic minor scale is a major chord. In any harmonic minor scale, the 5 chord is a major chord, and that's what gives it that tension, and that's what gives it that Latin feel when you use it in this particular way. So getting into the cook up, normally I'm trying to find a rhythm. I'm trying to find something that's going to carry the beat, that's going to carry the bounce of the beat, whether it's through the guitar or the piano or whatever, or sometimes maybe it's the drums and the melodies aren't really doing too much. And this one in particular, I wanted to create that Latin drill kind of bounce to it. And so I strummed the guitar chords a certain way to kind of create that feeling. And once I established that, then it was okay for me to move on to counter melodies and lead melodies. When I'm creating my guitar melodies and pretty much all of my beats, I always throw on an RC20 to give it some color, give it some saturation, some detune, and kind of create a wobbly like Latin guitar feeling. I think that's super dope and it adds a lot of good character to like my beats.
Bye.